Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Flood Insurance. That's Flood Insurance, something which you could solely do within the UK at the moment, and he's driving the KV-1 on a standard battle on Pearl River. KV-1 being a tier 5 heavy tank for the Russians. Thought I'd bring you a couple of replays from the mid tiers today, tier 5, and the next one is tier 6. Just because I feel like I've been showcasing higher tiers a lot more recently, so with the tier 8, 9s and 10s. So I thought we'd just take it a little bit more relaxed, step down to the mid tiers. I may even bring you some lower tiered games in the next couple of days, just to show that you can still have exciting games in tiers 1 to 4. You don't have to play a tier 10 to be able to enjoy yourself in this game. But anyway, on to this replay. Oh no, one more quick announcement before we get started. You may have noticed I've been playing a lot of World of Tanks 360 recently. Don't worry, I'm not neglecting you PC guys. I'm just trying to work out everything with work and whatnot, and hopefully in the coming weeks I should have a bit more free time to myself to be able to play a bit more World of Tanks just for fun. And during that time, obviously, I wouldn't mind platooning with any of you guys that wish to do so. We can have a couple of games. Depending on how many requests I get, I may only be able to give you 3 or 4 games each before I need to go and have a game with somebody else, but we will see. So on to this replay. Flood Insurance going to be heading to the north, going to be heading to the pass that the heavy tanks take to. Was going to take the high ground there, but the T-82 looks like he's got that one all dealt with. You've got a Sow 40 and a Marder 38T. Valentine AT in the centre and a Hetzer up the top there. Looks like the enemy's pretty nicely spread out. Not sure what this Valentine AT is going to do against a KV-1. He's going to get one good hit and then try to back off. To be honest, he should have just stood and fought and did as much damage as he could to that KV-1, as there was nowhere really for him to run to. Once he's been taken out, the mighty KV-1 is going to get some great flanking action on the Sow 40. Take him out, and then he's just got this Marder 38T. Manages to get his gun on target, takes a little bit of damage from the Marder, but the Marder's going to have a decent reload. Oh, no, he's not. He gets another good shot onto the KV, but now he tries to back off rather than keeping his gun on target. But Flood Insurance is able to take him out. Takes a hit from the T-82, but it doesn't damage him too much. Just allows his gun to reload. Personally, I'd probably just ram this T-82, but waits for his gun to reload, takes him out, and that is kill number 4, picked up in quick succession. Did take a decent amount of damage for his trouble there, but the KV-1, being the beast that it is, can probably stand to bounce the rest of the shots in the rest of the game, looking by who's left on the enemy team. The only really thing that can hurt him, looking at that, is probably going to be that Panzer III or the Hetzer. Churchill Mark III cannon really, really bad at penetrating a KV-1. Not too sure about the T-14. I think it's slightly more powerful than the Churchill 3's cannon, so he might have a chance. Just going to come up and try and assault this Hetzer here. Hetzer bounces. He's obviously got the small gun and not the derp. So Flood Insurance just moves out a little more confident. The VK-2001 gets in the way, blocks off a shot, and then he's able to get one just to the right of the gun mantlet and take him out and pick up kill number 5. So that's the north all sewn up now. They've got the difficult choice of making their way onwards towards the enemy base, because they're kind of caught 50-50 between the two now, or head back to their allied base to defend. As you can see, the T-14 and Churchill Mark III making inroads towards the base. They decide to head back instead, because if they got a bit closer to the enemy base and then a base capture started to happen, they'd be totally screwed. But as it is, they're going to drop back and try and defend off the allied base from that impending base capture. It's going to be happening by this Churchill Mark III. And as we see it start off there. Like I said, Churchill Mark III not going to have a good time trying to penetrate the KV-1 here. A little bit unfortunate that he ricocheted there. Although I'm not really sure why the Churchill Mark I is presenting all of his side armor here. He's not as hull down as he thinks he is. And even then, the turret of the Churchill Mark III isn't anything to write home about. So really, this Churchill Mark III player needs to angle himself a lot better. To be honest, being flush on would be better than the angle that he's at the moment. And Flood Insurance here just punishing him, putting shot after shot through that armor. And eventually, that Panzer Soufflé is able to take him out. And that evens up the score nicely at 11-11. So going to move in here and try and defend off the base. Got this T-14 to deal with. Can see if we can get a shot on target. The problem with this T-14 is it can be a bouncy monster if you're not careful where you shoot it. With that nicely sloped front plate. Wow, that Panzer III is firing at some rate there. But Flood Insurance is able to get into cover just in time. But it looks like the Panzer III wants some more of this, which could prove bad for him, especially when he gets tracked with his gun behind the pillar there. So Flood Insurance just going to take his time to aim, gets a good hit. One more shot should easily be enough to take out this Panzer III before he can repair his tracks. That's kill number 6 and a well-deserved Top Gun medal. Well, the 2001 just getting in front of the KV-1 there and blocking that shot from the T-34 gets himself eliminated, so little bit of a dive in front of the president to take the bullet kind of maneuver there. But it looks like the Allies have got the best of this one now. There's just that AMX and T-34 left for the enemy team. So the Allies just going to move off and maybe go and start pressuring for a base capture. Just keeping an eye out for this T-34 because he was last spotted around here. But to be honest, he's a pretty good player. So he's probably dropped back in an effort to try and defend his base. There's the AMX-38. It looks like he's probably AFK. So I'm just going to take him out. No, maybe not AFK, as the T-34's taking some damage here. Going to crest over the top and try and find... That could have been from the enemy T-34, though. Maybe not from the AMX there. So they're kind of closing the net around this T-34 here. The Panzer Soufflé coming from the north and the two allies here, the T-34 and himself coming from the south. Almost certainly going to uncover this T-34 at some point. There he is, finally gets spotted out. And he's only got 100 hit points left, so the allies should easily have this one, considering the Soufflé's got nearly 300 and the other T-34 has 250. So this is just going to be a case of Flood Insurance just going to sit here, let the game wind down, let his allies pick up this last kill. He's got his Top Gun medal. He's going to farm some efficiency by sitting in the cap circle. But, oh wow. Looks like looks like the T-34 is able to take out his counterpart. He's probably got that fast-firing 76mm, I think it is. It's the one that I like to use on the T-34. It's got half-decent penetration, and its rate of fire just means the DPM it can output is pretty spectacular. So now this Panzer Soufflé should be able to pick him up. Although it looks like he's having a bad time of this trade as well. So Flood Insurance just decides that he's going to have to go in there himself and try and deal with this. There's still 50 seconds left on the capture clock. There's no way that that's going to complete. On the Soufflé gets himself taken out as well. So this T-34's picked himself up an awesome game as well. 6 kills. And that just leaves the KV-1 of Flood Insurance to face off against this T-34. Luckily, the 76mm on the T-34 has real trouble penetrating the KV-1 from the front. But if this player's smart, he's probably flanking around that road there, or heading around this hill here to get to the sides of the KV-1. That's exactly what I will be doing in this situation. There's no way a T-34 wants to take a KV-1 on from the front. As you see, he is making a move over to the right-hand side, but he gets caught out in the open, and that is kill number 7 and game from Flood Insurance. So absolutely awesome game from you, picking up 7 kills and almost 2,000 points of damage there, and winning it for your team right at the end. So thank you very much for sending that replay in. Stick around because, as always, the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Tank Commander Luca. That's Tank Commander Luca, and he's driving the Cheeto on an encounter battle on Ruinberg on Fire, or if you're a watcher of the live stream, the appropriately nicknamed Slightly Rainy Ruinberg. So, Cheeto being a tier 6 medium tank for the Chinese. straight away going to be heading on this right-hand flank here towards the little village. Sun effect's very nice there through the trees. Whether you're on an encounter or a standard battle, this is the most common route that a medium tank wants to take. A little bit unfortunate the Covenanter turned to the right there, and Luca was unable to land that shot, although the Covenanter backs out. Not really realising that he can be shot, probably. So nice little bit early damage on this Covenanter, and to be honest, he's kind of just stuck in that cubbyhole now, because there's really nothing he can achieve from that position, and he's just going to get whittled down. I think he realises it now and tries to back out and try and do something, but gets himself taken out, and that's an early kill now for Tank Commander Luca. Looks like the enemy team is committing quite a few forces to this flank as well. They've got the bigger guns here by far. They've got the tank destroyers in here as well. So we're going to have to play this one pretty carefully. But the Cheeto is no slouch itself. It might not have the best alpha damage in the world. As you can see, only 100 and some damage there. But it does have the rate of fire of reload speed of 3.2 there. Able to set the Nashorn on fire and get a good chunk of damage off of him. And he's definitely got the penetration there. As you see, he goes through the very angled side armor of that Hetzer there. Taking a little bit of damage, but to be honest, it looks like somebody's firing HE here, as he only takes 19 points of damage. It might be that Hetzer with the derp cannon, but it doesn't matter anymore, as he takes him out and picks up kill number 2 and a quick 1,000 points of damage. Now he's got the opportunity to head more to the centre here and try and rain some damage down this street. Able to get a good shot on the side of this KV-1S now. Fires another one into the fog of war. But that KV-1S has already started to back off, as he should do. Spots out another Nashorn here. Nashorn trying to angle his armor, but he's not going to be able to ricochet a shot. Gets his engine damaged, but uses that repair kit to fix that one, because a medium tank that can't drive at a decent speed isn't really a medium tank. Can he see the... No, can't quite see the top of this. No, yes, there he is. Takes out the Nashorn and picks up kill number 3. VK3001 backing off there. He's still camping up at the spawn location. Obviously didn't realise that he could still be seen around that corner. Puts one more into his last known location, and then he's got to turn around and try and help his allies here, because there's only... Well, that M7's now taken out, and that's just himself and a KV-1 on this... in this town now. Up on the hill. KV-1 able to get the Chi-Nu now, but as you saw before, there's a Hellcat and... something else in the distance there. There's the Hellcat. Takes a shot to the side from something. Not really sure what. Hellcat comes charging around the corner, not realizing that somebody could be here. He's able to get a good clutch shot there to take out his track and do some damage. Not quite able to get a second one on the Hellcat's fired his last shot off now. Able to get a massive chunk of damage onto the Chi-Nu. Bounces a shot from the side. A little bit risky there. I probably would have backed off after bouncing that shot, but obviously realised that it's that Matilda in the distance, and once he's fired, he's got enough time probably to try and take out that Hellcat. That KV-1 just going to try and charge down the Matilda, so he probably hasn't got the penetration to get through the front plate of a KV-1. And Tank Commander just going to sit and wait for that KV-1 to reveal him, and then he's going to help take him out. And that is kill number 5. So game fairly even at the moment at 9 kills to 8. Allies just about winning on this right-hand flank. And I have pressed the wrong button. Bear with me. And we are back. So for some reason my finger accidentally hit the end key on the keyboard. And that obviously skips to the end of the replay. But we're back. So the Allies handily won the... Well, not handily. They lost a lot of tanks in the process, but I think they destroyed more as well. So they've won the fight on the right-hand flank. The KV-1 himself is heading up to the enemy spawn location, while Luca sits on the road here and tries to fire some shots down the straight street. Going to wait for his allies to spot out some of these tanks. As you can see, he's got a KV-1S and an M4 as possible targets, and that other KV-1S on in E3 may move himself forward, and that would be a nice shot. KV-1 finally gets himself taken out by that 30-01, and that's evened up the scores at 9-9. You see there, the M4 reverses himself out, and Luca's just going to be able to rain some shots down. Now, I don't think he's going to be able to get into cover in time, and indeed he can't, and that is kill number 6. So another KV-1S looks like he's moved a lot further forward and around the corner there, so I don't think Luca's going to be able to get a shot on anybody else. So he's going to move forwards now and offer some support to his allies. Looks like he's trying to decide whether to go through the north to take on this 3001 or head down the road here to assist his allies. Looks like he's decided to head all the way down the road. Just 4 tanks left on the enemy team. They've been able to pick themselves up a couple of quick kills and pull themselves ahead a little bit. Although with the... Oh, gets spotted out in the open against this 3001. Manages to get himself into cover in time. He's only got 100 hit points. So one shot from that 3001 is probably going to be enough to take him out. So he's going to have to just juke forwards and backwards. But to be honest, he doesn't really have any support here. Hopefully the 3001 doesn't realise that and doesn't come just barreling around the corner. Because if he just totally pushed on him here, he could kill him and get away with it scot-free. But it looks like the 3001 doesn't realise that Luca hasn't got any support. Luca's able to get himself all the way back and into cover here. So if the 3001 comes around the corner now, he's going to take a face full of tank shell. But to be honest, with him not making a move so far, I would hazard to guess that he's probably not going to make a move at all. He's probably spun himself around and trying to pay some heat to that KV-1 that's coming around the north there. And because he's still in the same location, Luca just decided to go forward and try and offer some support to that KV-1, as we've already seen him take out one KV-1, but he's already got 78 hit points, and now he's got none, and that's kill number 7 for Tank Commander Luca. KV-1 still stubbornly going for the base capture. Probably a good idea because this artillery could be on the run and just trying to hide and wait this one out so he doesn't have to pay his repair bill. KV-1 and Luca going to be heading off in pursuit. Going to try and hunt this guy down as best they can. Hopefully he's just around the spawn location here, and indeed he is. Going to take his time to let his reticule close in. And he's able to take him out and pick up kill number 8. And that is GG and the game. So absolutely awesome replay there from Tank Commander Luca, picking himself up over 2,500 points of damage, 8 kills, and really helping his team win this game by being absolutely formidable on that right-hand flank. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a good replay, then please send that to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. Leave me a like or favourite if you enjoyed this video, and stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you thought. And if you're not already, then please consider hitting that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.